AI visibility query fanouts. Today I'm joined with Jay, who is the founder of Radarkit AI. So Jay, pleased to meet you. And obviously we've had a lot of private discussions about query fanouts. You've taught me quite a lot, to be honest with you, about different query fanouts on ChatGPT and on Gemini and recently on Copilot. So, how important do you believe with regards to AI SEO or GEO or LLM optimization is query fanouts?
Yeah. So the thing is, when we used to do SEO, we used to go after the queries that we get into the, from this all these tools like Href and all. So we get the volumes, and then we go after those keywords, and only we go after the low hanging fruits, low KD keywords, and we used to create content. But now, if we want to create content that is optimized for the AI tools, AI search engines like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and all, we have to go for the keywords that these LLM tools are searching on our behalf. So let's say if I'm asking, give me the best CRM tool, the LLM knows that okay, this person, is just asking a very vague, or let's say very, not very categorized term, but he's asking something where I can give you multiple options. So he goes in the background, he will search for best AI, best CRM tool for small business, best CRM tool for someone who is looking for an affordable options, best CRM tool for large business. So it will actually search different things, and then it will read all the content on those, on the content on the pages that are ranking for those terms, and then it will read everything for me and then summarize it and give an answer for me, in its answer, like okay, since you asked for best CRM software, these are the options you can consider if you are looking for a affordable one. These are the options if you are looking for a, if you're a small team and if you want to use this. So that is why we should use query fanouts if you want to go for the main keyword. But if we are not able to get citations for that keyword, we can actually target the keywords that the AI is actually searching in the background.
Yeah, for sure. So if someone goes searching in the AI and they do a specific search query, it then extrapolates synthetic queries to then
Yes.
try to determine exactly the search intent and get a better kind of set of results for what you're doing. But for anyone who's watching this, does the different LLMs bring back different query fanouts? So if you was to do ChatGPT and you was looking at a query fanout for ChatGPT, is that different than a query fanout on Gemini or a query fanout on Copilot?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the thing is, as of now, what we have seen, only three models are actually giving you the query fanouts. So ChatGPT is giving it in the UI. So if you're using Chrome, you can actually catch those fanouts, and then Copilot is also doing it in the UI. Gemini is giving you in the API. So if you're using the API, you can actually catch those APIs. And yes, there are differences. So ChatGPT sometimes uses your own history. So if it knows that you're an e-commerce owner, so most of the questions it will actually search for, okay, so since this guy is asking for a CRM software, and I know that okay, he's a CRM, he's a small business owner, so let me just suggest him that. On the other hand, Copilot and Gemini AI mode and everything, they work as a search engine, so they'll just search synthetic things, nothing personalized for you, and that is it. Yeah.
So on there, on the personalization, if let's say I owned a large franchise or an enterprise brand, would them synthetic queries on the query fanout be different to someone who is always looking for cheap? They're a solopreneur. The AI knows that that's who they are. Would those synthetic queries of query fanout be different because of the personalization?
Yeah, if it is on. So in ChatGPT, mostly most of the times, I guess when you sign up right now, that option is only the memory option is on. Personalization is off. So if you have actually turned it on and you have allowed ChatGPT to reference your your history for making its answers, then yes, the answer will be different, because they are on each and every answer. They are going to give you a very personalized option. So based on that, panouts can be also different.
And then with regards to obviously you're the founder of Radar Kit, and obviously you extrapolate and you get these synthetic queries within Radar Kit. But for anyone that says, I don't want to sign up to an AI visibility tool, or I don't want to sign up and pay, can you just share your screen and show anyone that might be able to run a search? And then as they run that search, then they can then physically see, like in the network tab or however it's done, how they could go and see what synthetic query fan out terms are being used.
Perfect. Let's do it here. I'll just share my screen and show you live. Okay. Yeah. One second.
Which one is it that you're going to be, as you're going to share the screen now, which one is it that you're going to be kind of getting the query fan notes for? Would it be ChatGPT?
ChatGPT. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, your screen's being shared there now, yeah?
Yeah. So let's just go to chatgpt.com and we click on right click, we click on inspect, and then
You've
we
gone in,
go.
for anyone who's watching the audio version only, you've gone to chatgpt.com, you've right clicked and gone inspect, and then gone through and clicked onto the network tab.
Yeah. Then you search for best CRM software.
So then you're
And
actually performing the search while that's open.
yeah. And then you click on the conversation.
So there's a drop down there for conversation, yeah?
Yeah. So we go down and we actually search for one second.
And then within the response tab there, and presume you're going to search for the actual query.
Yeah. So we can just copy everything. If you want, you can just open it on edit pad or any edit pad, just conversations tab. You can just search for the query
Yeah.
and we can see that. Okay. So it actually, for this term, actually it did not perform a query fan out. One sec. Yeah, no, it did. So can you see this one? So
Yeah.
there was a query called Best CRM Software 2026 Small Business Enterprise Comparisons. So
Yeah.
this was the only query I guess it searched for. So it depends on my search to search history. Sometimes it triggers more than one. Sometimes it will trigger more than three, depending on the query to query. Since I just searched for best CRM software, as you can see, it only searched for one term, that is the best CRM software 2026 small business enterprise and comparison. So it is, they don't use grammar and stuff like that. They just want a lot of pages to learn from. So within this one, it has actually searched for small business as well as enterprises as well as comparisons. So what you can do is you can utilize this fan out, create content somewhere around, for a small business around as well as for the year as well. So you can just go for a content like best CRM software for small business in 2026. So you increase your chances of getting, cited as well as getting more visibility for this term, or else you can just go for the enterprise and 2026 include that. So this is how like we are tracking it within the UI.
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy there is to actually rank for best CRM software is a very, very difficult trigram and keyword to go after. But if you then was going after best CRM software 2026, listing all comparisons of small business CRM systems and enterprise systems and stuff like that, and you go in doing all them comparisons on the page and doing maybe versus type keywords, then all those that could come back because of the comparisons could give you better chance of being cited. If you've got like a low domain authority site, you're still able to try to get into the sources within that, specifically on the query fan out of ChatGPT. So anyone's watching this, obviously, if you can go into it there, you can go into right click, inspect, go into the network tab, and then perform the search, and then you can physically see what the query fan out is. Obviously, Jay, you own Radarkit, and
Yeah.
a lot of my team are using it at present, and they absolutely love it. There's other AI visibility tools that people could be using, but obviously, since me and you having the arguments and debates internally on the query fan outs, and you say, no, James, you're using certain tools there, and they're not physically extrapolating the real query fan out terms. I was like, no, they are. Look at this tool. And you're going, all what they're doing is cosine similarity, or looking at like LSIs and variations. Then some of them are just using the auto suggest and getting different keywords, which is still good and still worth going after. But you open my eyes up to physically using the API and physically going grabbing the information. It's just made it for me so much easier to use Radarkit to then go and perform that search. So I think the team love it. Obviously, they can go and do the search query. They can check to see what sources are being cited. but also using Radarkit to get those query Fanout terms. Is my question to you, does Radarkit pull, is it only ChatGPT query Fanouts, or is there a way of ticking so it can see Copilot and Gemini's as well on the query Fanouts?
Yeah, there is. Should I share my screen again?
Yeah, go on, yeah, share it, yeah. So what I know is I just get the data output from the team. I just didn't know where it was coming from.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So the thing is, yeah, since I told you, only ChatGPT and Copilot are actually giving you the fanouts. So what you can do is, here I have added Zoho. Since I told you that we track the fanouts from different locations. So this is a Zoho project for Germany, and this is a Zoho project for the US. So here you'll open the project. You can go on to the query fanouts, and then we can just select a model. Like let me just select Copilot over here. So if I just select Copilot, you can see that, okay, every time for this prompt, the average executions, that means average times, most of the times it just performs a 1.3 query fan outs for this prompt. So you can see that affordable CRM for startups, if we see the prompts, if we see the query fan outs that we get in the Copilot, is this one. Like, because we are doing it in the US, so you'll see that, okay, it searches for affordable CRM startups USA, and then a lot of different, just little bit variations is found inside Copilot. If I just searches for ChatGPT, you'll see that the answers are way different. It searches a way too long term, and the average execution is actually 2. So you'll see that, okay, if I just for that one, we found only 5 in Copilot. Here we found 14. So you'll see that, okay, ChatGPT is going like lengths for the fan outs, like affordable CRMs for startups, software options, affordable CRM. So it goes like way too long and searches a lot of stuff for you. And you saw that, okay, in Copilot they actually use the IP, and they consider that, okay, this person is searching from USA, so they did include USA as well. If I see for the same in Germany, you'll see that you won't see the USA option. So here you'll see that, okay, there's no USA option being searched, because the LLMs, if done in the UI, they actually catch your network as your location as well. So they search based on that as well.
So there's personalisation from the geolocation as well. Just
It
on
is.
there though as well. So on there it's saying the average amount of query fanouts being used is like 1.5 or 1.3. Some of them for the longer tail might be like 2 or 2.4, let's say, for query fanouts. But where are you getting the query count from then? Are you performing different searches yourself, or once you get one of them, you can perform that and see if there's any others that come from that? How come it says like 1.3, but then the query count has got, let's say, 16 or 8 or 10?
Yeah. So basically, it is the data of last 7 days. And the thing is, every time since we have built our own browser to do all this, so we won't be performing any extra prompt based on the prompts that we have given. So whatever prompts you have added, because if you are doing any business, you must be knowing your prompts. So you have added your prompts. We track your prompts. On your prompts, what are the query fanouts? We give you the data of those prompts, and then we just divide it by, like this prompt gave 3 fan outs, so obviously average execution 3. Next time when we prompt after 24 hours, if it gives you just 2, then we'll just make it 2.5. So it is just the average out. We're just doing the quick math over here. Sometimes it's giving 3, sometimes it's giving 1, sometimes it's giving 1, 0 sometimes as well. So based on that, we're just giving you, the average out position. There is no specific data that we have that, okay, every time ChatGPT would be performing like just 3 fan outs for you. So there is no specific data for that. Sometimes it's doing 2. So because it's very probabilistic, these LLMs, we don't know, what are their updates, because in Google we know that, okay, every year they are just pushing two updates. And these LLMs, they are changing every day, and we don't know how they act, how they search. So based on that, we just capture the data that they are performing in the background via our browser, and that's it. That is what we are giving it to you.
So on that query count, so over the last 7 days, the query count could be 15. The average amount of actually fan out might be, let's say, 2.4. But over the week, there has been 15 different synthetic queries within the query fan out that's been done. So literally from one day to the next with exactly the same query, it could perform different query fan out searches.
I didn't get the question. Can you
So,
repeat it?
so on that, if I went and searched for today, affordable CRM for startups, and it did, let's say, 2 query fan out terms, Are you saying tomorrow when you go and run that search again for affordable CRM for startups, it could bring maybe 2 or 3 again, but they
Yes.
could be different query fan out search queries that come back?
Yes, yes, yes. That is why we have mentioned this as well. That okay, 7 queries were found, but this one was found twice. So we
Right, okay.
mentioned those as well. Yeah, this one was found once. This one was actually being repeated. So the ones that get repeated, you can go after that. So that
Yeah.
is what we suggest. Yeah. So if like if your domain is way too new and if you're not if you haven't established any topical authority or any what to say any pages who are like it's fairly new websites, then we suggest go for the longer ones, create a topic around that, and then in hope that okay the LLM cites us next time.
Yeah, for sure. And then obviously from there, then every one of the query fan out searches, you can try to optimize, load them in the rank tracker for AI visibility, and check to
Yeah,
see whether you're
yeah,
now starting being cited more for the longer tail, easier to rank for query fan out terms that's coming back.
yeah. And if you have got money, then you can just go to the citation data. You can see that okay, which citations, I mean, which websites are being favored the most for these LLMs. Like if you just search for, I've just selected all the LLM models. So let's just see that okay, for Zoho, if TechRadar is being cited the most, it is being favored the most by these LLMs. So if I have got the money, I'll just outreach TechRadar and target my query fan out keyword, placement on that. So it will just speed up my process of getting more visibility.
Yeah, for sure. So anyone who's watching this, I'd highly recommend checking out Jay's AI SEO tips YouTube channel. He's doing daily videos on there, comparing all the different AI visibility tools. He's got an amazing tool with Radarkit AI that performing all these query fan out terms and doing all these AI visibility checks. Jay, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I hope you like the video and podcast series on query fan out terms with to do with ChatGPT, Gemini, and also Copilot.